Today that we are going to see about parallel query in AWS Aurora MySQL. So I'm Praveen, Associate Database Consultant in MyDBOps. So about myself, I'm more active in learning of databases and also in adapting the upcoming future technologies, as well as have more vast experience in cloud-based services as well. So about MyDBO. Here we have managed the services of consulting as well as the managed services of the databases. So basically, we will have more focused on MySQL, MongoDB, and Postgres. So we have passed around 5+ years, and we have got a valuable of 500 plus customers. Major customers are like Swiggy, Flipkart, Yulu, Nike, and Dribble. So going forward to the presentation of the agenda. So about we are going to see about the Aurora, then the main special features of a parallel query in Aurora. Then what are the prerequisites that we need when we are creating an instance for Aurora. Then how to enable and how to proceed with the parallel query. Then test cases. That's mean simulator test cases on my lab environment. And what are the limitations that has been in in the Aurora for parallel queries. So about Aurora, I think most of them has aware of it. So for the persons who is the first going to learn about the Aurora, basically it is in synchronizes of the volume level one. That means instead of reading the pin logs, the synchronization of the disk will be there in the Aurora. But it will in the different zones. That means all the volumes won't be present in a single zones. So make the availability, all the volumes will be presented in the different zones, and also will a volume will have a AZ. That's when a backup volume will be present for that. If anything happen to that volume, means AZ will be failover will be get triggered, and the backend volume will come into the picture. So due to this, the synchronization will be so faster, and also the availability will be high as well. Yeah, as mentioned, it is a volume level synchronization. So and also AZ will be there for each and the individual volumes, and especially the writer nodes will support reads and writes, but the reader nodes will support only the reads. And also in RDS, we will have only the limitation of 6 replica servers. But when in Aurora, we will have extended reader nodes. That means 15 reader node can be there, and also yeah, automated a failover. So when a writer node got a issue and it will trigger a failover, so we can set a priority for the reader as well. So among the 15 nodes or among the cluster, which node should be come as a writer node when there is a failover is happened for the existing writer. So and also dynamic disk adjustment, which means in RDS we need to extend the disk. So, but in Aurora, this auto adjustment. If the disk is needed, means it will be get auto adjusted to the extreme, and it will be reduced as well to the normal one. Then Aurora storage is also a auto healing. So, which means a volume got corrupted. So, or a volume got any issue, means it will be get auto healed by rolling back the multi AZ to the presence, and it will auto heal the existing one. So as well as auto scaling of the reader. So if there is a high load in the server, so if it is can't able to manage, means it will create one more read replica. So all the queries will be distributed among the existing node as well as the new node. So after their load has been reduced, the created new replica will be get dropped. So then low latency. So which is as mentioned, since it is a volume level synchronization, so the latency between the nodes will be lesser. So instead of having any custom endpoints like Route 53, Aurora have its own custom endpoints for the routing. So prominent features in Aurora MySQL. So when compared to normal MySQL and this Aurora, hash join is enabled in only 8.0. But even in Aurora 5.7, the hash join is enabled on its own. Then parallel query is one of the main features for the analytical query purposes. Then as mentioned, storage auto scaling. That when your disk is needed, it will be auto extended and it will be get released back as well. So now we are going to focusing on a particular feature, parallel query. So as a name itself, it is clear that the query is going to execute in parallel. But the thing is, it won't execute in a multi-threader. It will be get executed among the nodes. That means the query will be split out based on the where condition among the cluster, and it will aggregate the value in a single node, and it will give the output to the end user. And also, it won't transfer a complete table data. So it will filter out the data based on the where condition, and it will transfer the only required data to the node where it has been requested. So this is the architecture flow of it. That means the application is getting fired a query, which is to a pointer to a particular node, but that node will split the query to the among the clusters. So after once the data has been gathered from the other clusters, it will be given back to the same node, and it will process it, and it will share the application to the data to the end users. So main use cases of the Aurora, parallel query. So basically, it will be more better performance when the query has equal or in range condition, and it will be more optimal one for the analytical queries. That means a huge number of functions or a range scan. So that analytical queries will be more optimized one. That means the execution will be more faster when compared to the normal server. So since there is a distribution among the cluster, that the query is getting distributed among the cluster instead of getting saturated in a single node, IOPS and the CPU utilization will be get reduced for that particular node because it is the load is getting splitted among the clusters. So this resource utilization will also get reduced. So what are the prerequisites that we need to enable the parallel query? That means the Aurora version should be greater than 0.9. Then the instance type should be in OR series. We can't create the to enable the parallel query. We should create with the OR series. We can't create with the other series. For a non-partition table only, the parallel query will be get implemented. For a partition table, the parallel query won't be get utilized. Then we need to enable the hash join as well. So implementation. So these are the two variables that the global variables. Aurora parallel query, we should enable it up. By default, it will be disabled, and also these both variables are dynamic. So we can do it as a online one. So Aurora disable hash join. So by default, the hash join will be disabled. We need to enable it that. So test cases. So first of all, we need to monitor the things that has been running as a background one when a parallel query is getting processed. So these are the status variables that will be more useful when a parallel query is getting executed. There are a list of variables out there. So I'm consolidating major ones. So Aurora PQ request attempted. That means all the tables, all the queries won't get used the parallel query. Because if a table size is lesser or number of rows is lesser, means it will use the optimized one instead of using the parallel query. So at that time, the attempts will be get increased. That means how much query has been tried to use the parallel query, but it can't. So request executed. which means how much query has been executed based on the parallel query mechanism. So not choose and below min rows. So this variable will be get increased when a query is failed for a parallel query due to less number of rows or table size. So at this situation, this query count, sorry, this value count will be getting increased. So max concurrent request. So all the that means the number of parallel queries can be run concurrently. It will be get differed based on the instance type. So this will determine this value will show that your current instance type how much parallel query it will be get supported. For example, for in my test cases I have used R3 large. It will support one concurrent parallel query. So if you are going with X large means it will accept two concurrent parallel queries. So based on that value, the number of parallel query will be get utilized. So this will show you the um, maximum number of concurrent queries. That when next one is request in process, which means the number of parallel queries which is executing currently in the server. So this is my lab environment, which is I have used the instance type of R3 large, and the Aurora version is 2.9, and MySQL version is 5.7, and the table size I have used is 255 GB. Because for the as a personal experience, I have tried with a lesser size of 10 GB. So for that, parallel query doesn't get utilized. So I have went for a higher size of 255 GB. So record creation, I have used the suspense to stimulate this environment, that into 55 GB table size. So basically, we need to know how the parallel queries is utilizing or not. By seeing the explain plan, we can see whether the parallel query is getting utilized for that query or not. So by the explain plan, you can see there are two sets of explain. So one is using in the extra option, we can see whether the parallel query is getting utilized or not. So first example is without the parallel query, and the second one is with the parallel query enabled. So you can see the extra options. It is showing using parallel queries, and the options are there. I will explain the each on every options. But in extra options, we can see whether the query is using parallel query or not. So explain next options. So it is the first one is column. So it is a number of column in the query. That's mean in bad condition, how much number of columns are there. Then filter means, as mentioned, it will work better in equal or range condition. So in a filter, it will show how much of columns is satisfied in that. So in express option, it will show how much of column is using function or any operators. That's mean equal to or like that. So at this situation, it will show the number of columns in it. So extra options, the number of extra means all the column would be get satisfied by the parallel query. At this situation, the number of values in this column will be get increased, which means the among the four var condition, only two has been satisfied by the parallel query. Another two is executed by the same normal standard methods. So I have tested a query with different var conditions. That means I have tested with three different conditions. One is with functions, another one is with join, as well as equal condition. So let's go one by one. So first one is with the function. So without enabling the parallel query, the query execution take around 200 hours for the completion of that. So, but when you have enabled the parallel query, the execution is so faster. You can see it just has executed in a minute. So because the load is splitting among the servers and it is organized in a central one, and it is giving the output. So the execution is faster in the parallel query when you are comparing without enabling the parallel queries. So for the same, I have shared the stats as well, because for the complete execution of the query, it took around 2.5 hours. For that 2.5 hours, all the server are in all the CPU are in total saturation state. So that means the resource utilization of the single node is high. So and also the read latency of the server is too large, because and also it is continuing throughout the query execution. So the concurrent query slowness will be get accurate. But when after enabling the parallel query, only for a processing for the query, it took CPU utilization. Rest of the time, due to load splitting among the servers, the CPU's utilization is not got saturated when parallel query got enabled. So as well as the read latency is also lesser when compared to query without enabling the parallel query. So now going for a equiref condition query. So which means it went for a complete full table scan. For the at the time of the query execution took same 2.5 hours for the completion of it. But after enabling the parallel query, it just took 2 minutes. That means the table size was around 255 GB, and the index is also not present in the bad condition. So it will definitely go for a complete full table scan. For that, without enabling the parallel query, it took around 2.5 hours, which is a too larger one when you're going for analytical purpose. But after enabling the parallel query, just 2 minutes of for the execution time. So it will be more efficient for the analytical queries. So also you can see the complete saturation state is same accurate for the query execution without enabling the parallel query, as well as post that mean after enabling the parallel query, just it took a resource utilization of 40 percentage only. That mean without enabling the parallel query, the resource utilization was complete 80 to 90 percentage for the throughout 2.5 hours. That means, so the concurrent the resource utilization is so high for the server, so it will affect the concurrent query processes as well. So, but when you have enabled the parallel query, the resource utilization will also get reduced, and the execution is also faster. So, going for a join condition. So here we need to say a thing as well. Here we are enabling a hash join. So which is a more optimized one for the joining condition, which means it will perform the join using the hash join function. So the execution will be so faster than the normal one. So you can see that enabling the hash join has been already increased the performance of 10 minutes only. It took time for it, but even enabling the parallel query just took 2.5 minutes for a completion of it. So and also CPU utilization. It is without parallel query, but due to the hash join, the CPU utilization is spiked for that time. But you can see it is spiked up to 60 percentage of the CPU. But after enabling the parallel query, it is the reduce the time, as well as the CPU utilization is also got reduced. So performance improvement, that's mean as a consolidated one. You can see around but 2.5 hours it took a query to completion. But after enabling the parallel query, it just took 1 or 2 minutes only. So the efficiency is more higher in parallel query when compared to the normal method, as well as the resource saturation is not getting occurred in parallel query mechanism. Because when compared to the normal one, the complete resource utilization will be there for a full table scan in the server. But for that, in a parallel query, the resource utilization is also lesser. So as a summary, that when using a function in a where condition, it took around 2.5 hours for the completion. But with a parallel query, it just completed in a minute. So when going for a equiref, it's the same. It took around 2.5 hours, but it is got executed faster in the parallel query in 2 minutes. So when going for a join condition, it took 10 minutes, but the parallel query execution is more faster than the hash join. That's mean it took around 2 minutes for the execution. Limitations. So which means the row format should be dynamic. It should not be a compressed one in the WindowDB. So it won't work for the smaller tables. If the table has a lesser rows or size, the parallel query won't get utilized. The rows can, it will skip the parallel query and it will go for the normal mechanism. And also for the concurrent parallel query execution depends on the instance type. So it is also a limitation because if you are having a R3 log means only a single parallel query can be executed at a time. So the instance should be higher for the um, concurrent parallel query execution. And also the Aurora version should be greater than 2.0.9. So yeah, that's all right.
Thank you so much, Pravin. Hi all, good morning. This is Santana here. So as mentioned, if you have any questions, please post your questions here in the Q&A tab. Or if it's something which you want to ask to the speaker by yourself, you can just raise your hands and I can unmute it and so that you can directly speak to Praveen with your question. Okay, we have Madhavan who has just raised his hand. Let me allow Madhavan to ask his question. Over to you, Madhavan.
Yeah, hi Praveen. It's a good session. I have one doubt. If the index is present for the where condition, then it will go for a index-based scan or a parallel query based.
It will go for a parallel query based only. Since it depends upon the table size as well. Yeah, even though you are having an index and the table size is larger, means definitely it will go for a parallel query instead of using an index, because even the table size is larger means the index scan will be higher as well. So instead of having in a single server, it will split it among the nodes to get it faster.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Praveen.
Thank you, Praveen, and thank you for posting your question, Madhavan. I hope Praveen answer was suffice to your question. Okay, we have Pon Suresh also who has just raised his hand. Let me allow Pon Suresh to have a word with Praveen. Over to you, Pon Suresh.
I think he is mute. Just tell him that unmute yourself.
Yeah, Pon Suresh, you're
Hi,
in mute
Praveen.
right now.
So if my read replica goes to lag, so in this case, parallel query execution, will it work?
Mostly in Aurora, the main concept is the latency will be lesser. So when you are saying about the ODS means there will be a lag, but in Aurora, the lag and the synchronization will be more faster. So mostly it won't be go for a lag state because the volume level synchronization among the zone is there. So the lag concept is so lesser here. So definitely it will take the parallel query only. Since the lag synchronization is there.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Pon Suresh. And we have another question posted in the Q&A tab, Praveen. That is from Ramakrishna. Can we enable parallel query after Aurora cluster is created?
Sorry, coming in.
Yeah, the question which is posted by Ramakrishna is, can we enable parallel query after Aurora cluster is created?
Yeah, we can enable it, and it is also online as well. It is a dynamic variable, so there is no need of restarting a server. It is an online process as well. We can enable it post the creation. Right.
Great. Okay, and we have one more question from Arul Murugan. What is the size that instance will automatically decides whether it is bigger table to run parallel queries?
So that's as per the documentation, they doesn't mention any table size or row. Based on my personal experience, so I have tried it with the 10 GB of table size. It doesn't get utilized the parallel query. It went for a normal standard method even after enabling the parallel query. So based on my experience only, I can say that a minimum 10 GB that parallel query won't be get utilized.
Okay, thank you, Pravin.